I think they should. They're not. People, again, let me repeat that. Let me say it loud for the people in the back. People are not showing loyalty in these streets like they should. And if they were showing the loyalty out here, it would be a lot of less clout chasing taking place. Now, I don't know if this was recorded or not, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to give a shout out. And I know we gave this shout out last week. Buses Coming to America too. Coming to America, the second version is still popping. I want to say congratulations to Eddie Murphy for getting inducted into the NAACP Hall of Fame. That is dope. I want to say congratulations to Michelle Obama for getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, period. That's dope. As a minority, we're going to say as a majority Black woman, because we don't want to say minority because we're not the minority, we're the majority, okay? It's our culture, it's our Southern culture that they like, that they want, okay? They do. Who else I want to say shout out to? Oh, I want to say shout out to Manny Haley. Manny Haley put together an amazing television. Well, it wasn't, I'm not going to say television movie, even though it's going to be streaming. He put together an amazing production. Yes, he did, of Dutch, the movie. Okay, Terry is back, hopefully. Manny Haley owns his own distribution. He is a filmmaker. He's got his wife working with him side by side. He's got his daughter acting. He's got his son acting. And Manny Haley is just really doing his thing. Terry, you back? Look, Terry, you Black?
Yeah, yeah,
Instead of
yeah. You
saying,
know what I'm saying, and I apologize to you and everybody because our neighborhood transformer got knocked out. Apparently, there's a police chase just down the block. There's police cars everywhere, and my battery's already low, so it just knocked out the power. It's coming back on. If it go back out again, I'm going on my phone. So,
do you
you know what
have
I'm saying? It be
to
crunk
sit
down here in the
your
neighborhood.
device on so that your height can match my height? Can you sit your device on something that raises it a little higher? Because it seems like you're way down there and I'm way up here. Okay, there we go.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yes. Up.
Okay.
Or you can take two of those books behind you and elevate it. Is that a real bookshelf? Oh, you got
Well, yeah.
books.
Are you trying to be? You trying to tell me I'm perpetrating a bookstore, a book
Oh
shelf?
no, the background
Us?
just looks so perfect. Like you never know these days. These backgrounds be looking great. Okay.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, yeah, it is real. But yeah, it's just a little thing I got in my bedroom. I'm sorry, my little office room.
Nice.
So
I
you know
like
what I'm saying. So yeah. Thank you. But yeah, so hopefully we have no more technical difficulties. If I get knocked out again, because as they're working on the power, hopefully it'll stay on. If not, I'm coming back on my phone. Just patient with me. We got a lot to cover. Jojo in these streets is holding it down. Thank you very much, Jojo.
you know, I was just talking about Tyrese and telling these women the grass is not always greener on the other side. And it looks like Tyrese, who was showing off his new bag, Zell Timothy. Is that even a real name, Zelly Timothy? Like, whose last name is Timothy? Maybe that's her stage name. I don't know. It looked like a stage date, though, from the picture. It didn't look like there was any love there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the thing was is that first of all, Tyrese ordered it to be filmed. It was actually a video more than a picture, so it was
Right.
showing them up there in the upper reaches. Upper reaches of
The
State Farm Arena in
nosebleed.
Atlanta.
And the nosebleed.
Yeah, the nose, right up there. Well, actually, the executive suite area of State Farm Arena in Atlanta during the NBA All Star Game, and it panned them, and then it panned the court, just to show that he was doing it. And I just think he was doing it out of revenge. He comes off as a very petty person, And so basically when his wife or estranged wife who's filing for divorce basically warned people against dating celebrities, he came back and showed that, he good. But
Right.
the
He's like,
problem,
oh, some of these chicks, young ladies would be happy to date a celebrity such as Zelly Timothy.
so
Girl,
he
I
went
think
out,
you need to work on that stage name. I'm not feeling it.
yeah, well, I just think that it was in bad taste because just last month with on Kirk Franklin's Instagram site where he was honoring his wife for their anniversary, Tyrese went on to the comment section and made it about him, talking about, wow, that should have been me and my wife doing that. And you just did that last month. And then you show up with some thought. And so the latest one and I went on her Instagram site and almost every last one of them is a booty crack shot.
Yeah,
So
that's talking about.
she's flossing a booty crack, and then she has the OnlyFans page. So she said, what's going down with that, and everybody knows it's going down that, and that's who you decide to invite of all the girls that you could have invited to the NBA All-Star Weekend. So I just thought that it was tasteless. I thought it was uncouth, immature of Tyrese to do that. Just a month after you were begging for your wife to come back to you, you got a thought up there in the upper reaches of State Farm Arena, and I just thought it was backwards. And so some people on this in the comment section said, well, man, that was foul. Other people said, man, I'm gonna unfollow you. This is just ridiculous. You're doing your wife wrong because of the fact that she went out and talked about warning people against dating people just like you. Because and this is just not something that I say. This is something that I know because I've watched Tyrese in the public multiple times in the past in his behavior towards quote unquote ordinary people. And so I've seen how he has interacted with them, and he really doesn't have much time for them. So the only time that I see him smiling is when I know he's about to get that bag, and I understand that because I want to get that bag too. The problem is that the way you're handling the situation just bespeaks of an immature man. So
Yeah, it wasn't cool. Tyrese did tell me that I was a black rose. So
oh, okay. Well, you know what? Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? He was just speaking truth. The
he's been
problem is,
really nice to me a couple of times. I do admit, one time I had an encounter with him and I think I was trying to get a photo, and he was like, well, wait till I come from the bathroom. Really? And then he came from the bathroom, and I think I was waiting for him to come from the bathroom. And he walked right past me like, girl, bye, basically. But after that, the other encounters I've had with him has been very, very pleasant. And he was very nice to me.
okay,
But
they're always very
not
nice to you
nice
when they
to
think you could do something
Samantha.
for them.
Not
Yeah,
nice
they're always
to
very.
Samantha, Tyrese. I didn't like it. I don't like that at all. That wasn't cool. This woman is going through it. She's trying to heal from the traumatization of her past 40 years. I can only imagine being married to Tyrese, honey. That's got to be a lot going on. Men who like to have their ego stroked all the time, that can be exhausting. It really can.
Yeah, and the fact that he's exhibited this type of petty behavior before, especially with Mr. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, when he decided to do an offshoot of Furious 5 franchise, and did one with another actor and did a movie. He went off.
He
I mean,
did.
just going off on The Rock for pursuing opportunities as he should. You should pursue every opportunities. And Tyrese harangued him. He lambasted him on social media.
He
You know what
did.
I'm saying? And it came off as extremely petty and selfish because he was talking about, man, let's just get this movie made. We all trying to put me and you trying to put our children through private school. It
Right.
wasn't nothing about the fans. It wasn't about the movie. It wasn't about the art. It was about his bag. It was about his money.
That
And so
bad.
that came off extremely poor. And then right after that, he was talking about he was having a mental problem. He was crying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I can't take it.
He's done a lot.
With his first wife, and then he leaves her high and dry and goes with the second wife, and now he basically runs her off. He just had somebody stole his cars out of the driveway, and then went out and bailed out the people who stole his car out of jail. That
Yeah.
almost seems like a setup. I mean, it's just real messy Tyrese is real
Real
messy.
messy
And he
base.
just comes
Real
off
messy base.
just it's just yeah. So yeah, you're right. It must be hell being married to somebody who wants their ass stroked every single day,
Yeah.
all the time, and that's the only way they can operate is if they're getting their back stroked, and so they have to be petted all the time. You know what I'm
When
saying, like
they
a lap
doing that
dog.
good stuff, tighten up on your backstroke. Remember that song?
Yeah, I remember it.
Woo! Oh, Tyrese, just get it together. And he has deleted that picture, that video off of his Instagram. It is no longer there, as it shouldn't be. But
Yeah, because enough people blasted him. Like they were gonna say they were gonna follow him. They said he was being foul, he was being petty, he was being vengeful against his wife, and so you know what I'm saying. And so it just didn't come off well because it seemed like it was staged. So he
right,
got the most popular Instagram person. God bless her heart. She has 450,000 followers, which is an accomplishment in and of itself.
right.
She is a star. She might be a regional star, but she's still a star. And you were clout chasing. Basically, you were the epitome of this show. You were doing anything for clout. You were clout chasing,
Anything for
and it
clout.
came off bad. And now yeah, and then you deleted it because you were shamed into taking it down, and what as you should have been because your motives were bad. It was that was bad. That was egregious.
It was egregious. But what can we expect? That's what we expect. You know,
Yeah,
like that's
but he wasn't the only one that was clout. He wasn't the only one that's clout chasing this week. There were some other folks that were definitely chasing that clout. You know what I'm
oh,
saying?
let's get into Stacey Dash. Really, Stacey?
Oh my God.
You're apologizing
Oh,
after all the Trump supporting you did, and you want to, girl, you heard it was a cookout coming. You heard Joe Biden say that, but by July 4th, the Independence Day, that he hopes that people will be united with, and you want to get invited to the cookout.
basically.
I don't know if you're gonna get invited to the cookout, Stacey. I don't know. I don't know how the people will feel because for 4 years you have taunted everyone, and you have threw your hair back like the rich Caucasian woman that you wanted to be. And I just don't know how. Terry, are you gonna accept it? Are you inviting Stacey Dash to the cookout? Because she is fine now. And I know you kind of lean when they fine, that might talk a little more game. Terry, do you have her invitation ready for the cookout? That's what I want to know.
No, no. And not only is she not getting an invitation to the cookout, but anybody who invites her is being excommunicated and having their card to the cookout revoked. So anybody who invites her to the cookout is getting their card revoked. This woman tried to do the Omarosa playbook, where she started out as a left-wing Democrat, and then they suddenly went conservative. Candace Owens did the same thing,
Yeah,
and they were
they
chasing
got
that chick.
her own talk show.
She was chasing it,
I said it did get
and so
canceled.
basically, and so
I don't know.
well, yeah. So it's working out for her.
I don't know if it's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
work.
working out for her, but for how long? Yeah. And so I just, it's not going to work out for her because she's proven to be quite beautiful, but quite dumb. She doesn't seem to have much upstairs. She's not cooking with a full can of grease.
So
Her
you
elevator
think
doesn't go
she's
to
clueless. The clueless actress is truly clueless in real life.
they say that art imitates life or life imitates art. And she definitely resembles the character that she played in Clueless because she's an opportunist. And so
There you go.
she's been married 4 times. She's broke. And so she was chasing that check. She went over to Fox News because they paid her to go conservative all of a sudden. And she went ahead and denigrated President Barack Obama at every turn on Fox News. And she hated on the Black Lives Matter movement. She basically lambasted the anytime that we tried to fight for equality, she was there. She was propped up by Fox News to go ahead and renounce us and to denounce our movement. And then they fired her right after President Trump became president. So that means that
They
lets you know right then and
did. I
there
forgot about
that
that.
they thanked her for her services, and then they well, they didn't even thank her. They just tossed her in the waste paper
Their
basket
services are no longer
receptacle
needed.
that she is.
They
Her
was like,
services are
your
no longer
services
needed.
are no longer needed.
So
Bye-bye.
yeah, so she was appearing with Mitt Romney back in 2012, but back in 2016 when he was running. So there's no telling what services that Stacey Dash provided to be on the same stage with powerful men like Mitt Romney and other people in order to try to get in good and to get that slot with Fox News. But I guess when they used her up, they passed her around like a blunt. And when they got done with her, they went ahead and discarded her, and then she went broke because when she got arrested for domestic violence against her fourth husband in Florida, she said she didn't have enough to pay for her defense. So she's broke. So now she wants to come back because she's not getting hired by anybody in the conservative movement. She's not getting hired in Hollywood. Now she wants to come back home, but she's already betrayed us. She crossed enemy line. She crossed enemy lines and basically contributed to her actions were deleterious to the Black community. So she cannot come back home because she defiled herself by going against the Black community who were fighting for equality and social justice. And you can't come back once you get paid to harm us. You can't just come back. So no, she does not get a paper plate to come to the cookout. No, she's not invited. No.
Do you think that Tyler Perry will give her an invitation? Because this looks definitely like a Tyler Perry situation, rescue situation. Please rescue me.
Yes, it is a desperation plea.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was 20 years ago where she was 32 and looked 22, but now she is 52 and looks 52. She no longer looks like she no longer looks like that beautiful gem that she was in her last big movie, which was with Damon Wayans and his brother. I forgot the name of the movie. Oh, Mo Money.
Harry. You're not giving her no.
Yeah. So that. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's been since the 90s since she was relevant or Clueless, which was in the early part of this century, I believe. So it's been at least 15 to 20 years since she has done anything of absolute worth that has any vestige of worth. So basically, now she just come. It's a desperation plea. She can't feed herself, so she needs somebody to come rescue her from the depths of her depression and isolation. She's basically a woman without a country because she betrayed the Black community.
Brokenness. It ain't easy being broke. You know, brokenness will humble you. Okay? If you broke, you will get fined, some humility. I don't know who gave her that humble pie, but she didn't have a slice of it. She didn't have a slice of humble pie and poverty, everything else. You know, you cannot live the life of Riley in LA. I don't even know if she live in LA because I don't even know what happened to the last 4 husbands. She not getting alimony from none of them? Are they getting alimony? I don't know.
They can't get no. Well, you can't get alimony from a person who has no money. So she's probably getting alimony from her husband and her 4th husband. Oh. So you know what I'm saying? So when you are married that many times, and there are a lot of people in Hollywood who have been married a lot, you have to begin to take personal inventory. You have to undergo introspection about what you're doing wrong because there's a common denominator. There's a common denominator, and that common denominator is you, Stacey. You need to go ahead and basically understand that you're the low-life scoundrel and bottom feeder that you are with no talent, and the only thing that you had as an asset was your beauty. The problem is that beauty is not earned. It is bestowed upon you by the DNA gods. You were born that way, and you develop nothing else. No other skill set, no other type of personality, no other marketing skills. You don't do anything else. And there is no job description to beauty. So blessings.
Did you date Stacey Dash?
I'm sorry?
Did you used to date her? Because it's breaking me. It's so harsh on the girl.
Well, the thing is that well, yes, I can't be harsh, not because of anything else, not because of her beauty or I'm jealous of it, because I admire her beauty as well. But
Right.
the thing about it is that beauty is not earned; it is
Not
bestowed.
this
Your
piece of
your personality is earned. Your education is earned. Your marketing skill is earned. Your skill set is earned. Beauty is not earned. You are born with it or you are not. And so she never had to develop anything in her life. And then when her skill set started, the role started coming up dry because she was not that very talented of an actress, she ran to the other side, denigrated the Black community. This is why I'm so harsh with her, because she jumped to the other side. Now she's trying to jump back. No, you can't vacillate between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, between conservatism and liberalism or progressive behavior. You can't vacillate back and forth. Nobody trusts you. So anyway, she became a professional prostitute of principles. So she prostituted her principles, and now she is bearing the fruit of what she has birthed herself. She's the one that laid the seeds in the ground, and now she has to eat the fruit of what she grew. This is her fault. This is her doing. This is her bed, and she has to lie in that bed because she's. I'm sorry.
I said you kind of did it to yourself, Stacey. You did it to yourself. Terry's right.
Yes, yes. And the thing about it is that I know a friend who's writing a book called Don't Rest on Pretty, because the fact is, when people, a lot of times you've seen this as well, Jonelle, with friends that you grew up with, were people who were absolutely spectacularly beautiful and they never developed anything else. They thought they were going to go to learn. They thought that they were going to run through life and that somebody was going to handle them and take care of them and genuflect at their altar and bow before them because they're so beautiful. The problem is that while we all admire beauty, and I do too, I love looking at beautiful. The problem is if you ain't got nothing else, soon it's going to wear out. And at 52 years old, she has worn out. She looks like a used rag. So the thing is that there's nothing desirable about her anymore. That's why she can't get a job in Hollywood. She's trying to get back in good. So she's trying to get back into Black movies. And you remember what happened with her on the set of with Lisa Ray.
Oh yeah.
You remember Lisa Ray and her worked on that show together, and Lisa Ray slapped her. Had to get her together because not only is she not a very good actress, and that she was probably hired by BET because of her beauty, but she has a funky disposition. And so, people were tired of putting up with it. When you're in your 20s and you're beautiful, they put up with it. When you're 30s, you're beautiful, they put up with it. When you're in your 40s, people start to like, okay, what else you got? And now that she's 52 years old, they're like, you don't look like you did when you were 22. You're 52 now, and you're not a spring chicken anymore, and you're no longer, you're no longer that, you're no longer sugar daddy material. Yeah. Like sugar daddies like to go after young bucks, young perky women.
They do.
Where everything is standing up and everything is in place. When you start to sag, when you start to get those deeply insetted wrinkles, you can no longer live off your beauty anymore. And Stacey Dash is learning that tragic lesson now. It's a tragedy because she could have developed something else about herself. She could have been nice to people. She could have done any number of things if she had just developed her acting, developed her personality, but she didn't. And now she is living in that bed, and I feel sorry for her.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for her because she used to be spectacular looking with the body and the face, but she never tried to get anything else together, and
she didn't.
She could,
and she's been beautiful. Like we've always known her for her youthfulness, because when she started on Clueless, I think she wasn't of college age. She was like in her 20s, and she was playing like this college student. And Stacey, I don't know what to tell you, girl. I don't know.
Actually, she was in her 30s playing a high school student because she was so young. She was already in her 30s.
And I don't know why all those men were wrong. They were all wrong because it couldn't have been Stacey. It was them.
Yes. And the thing about it is, I don't have a problem with it when you think that you are so beautiful that people should bow before you. The
Yeah,
problem is that you need to pick the right one to bow, because there are men who will bow. There are sugar daddies who will pay for your lifestyle. The
right.
problem is that
They're
the
out there.
problem is that you yeah, the problem is that you're 52, and sugar daddies don't go after 50-year-olds. They go after 22-year-olds.
They do. Why y'all do
They
that?
don't go after, well, women are doing it too. So let's not just say men, because there's a lot of women out there, like Madonna. She's 62 and she's going after a 22-year-old. There's Paula Abdul dating young. There's a lot of folk out there who are dating
Yeah.
real. So let's put it this way. When rich people get to be middle age or older, they tend to go after. There's also the momager, the pimp of all pimps in
Not
entertainment,
the pimp.
Miss Chris Jenner, the ultimate pimp, and
Oh, the
she,
ultimate P-I-M-P. She put the P in
yes,
pimp.
yes, and she is now dating. She dating a much younger man who's in his 30s. So women are doing it too. And so what I'm saying is that sugar mamas and sugar daddies tend to go after somebody much younger because they make them feel young, and they are able to perform the necessary bedroom acrobatics that the sugar daddies and sugar mamas used to be able to perform. They
Right.
can't do it anymore, so they want somebody to perform it on them. Stacey died. She's 52. She can't do that no more. She
You can't
can't.
do that no more, girl. And
She's
if
no longer.
she says she's 52, she might be 56. Because you know how they be
Ooh,
lying about their age. So she actually
ooh,
could be older. You know who looks good
she might be older.
being older?
Okay.
John Amos. I think they did a good job by letting him still be the manager. He looked great. Because remember, he was nervous about that phone call. And I think they was like, you know what? Just let him play the role. Just let him be the manager again. He did. He looked
Yes.
good though.
Yeah, he looked good, and shout out to the white comedian. He didn't look like he was in very good shape, but it was good to see him as well. The guy who played the one, in the first movie, which everybody can quote by heart, when he was talking about, "Hey, I'm starting on lettuce. Next, I'll be in fries. In a few years, I'll be an assistant manager," and that's where the big bucks come in. That guy, he was in there. It was good to see him. John Amos. It was good to see Sherry Headley, who
Yeah.
played Eddie Murphy's love interest. It was good to
Yes.
see. It was good to
See,
see
that's
Arsenio Hall.
right there too. She's pretty and she still looks pretty. 20 years
Yes,
later, she's still pretty.
yes,
Um,
yes. 30 years later.
yeah, 30 years later.
Yeah.
So
So
Corey, let me ask you, are you excited about the Ahmaud Arbery bill that they passed?
okay, that's another case of what we would call doing anything for clout. They're clout chasing. They're basically trying to get back on the good of the now blue state of Georgia, and
Right.
so they're being compelled to pass some useless bill that basically criminalizes anyone doing citizens arrest.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was some BS, that citizens arrest thing. And that was their excuse. And those two men are still behind bars, right? Am I
yes,
correct?
they're
Are
still
they out
in.
on bail?
Yes, they have been remanded to prison. They have been denied any type of bail, and so basically, what's going on is that they're being charged with murder and aggravated assault, as well as the man who filmed it. And so, what happened was is that the Georgia House of Representatives, they basically passed a bill that criminalizes and invalidates citizens' arrest. Okay, it still has to go through the Senate, so the Senate still has to vote. And even when the Senate votes, the governor of Georgia, he can veto it, so he still has to sign it. So there's still two more steps before it becomes a law. It's a bill now, but it won't become a law until the governor signs it. And I feel like this is a case of the Georgia State House trying to go. They're chasing for clout because they want to seem like the good guys in the aftermath of everything that happened in 2020 with the murders of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd, whose trial is going on up in Minnesota as we speak, with former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, the one who kneeled on his neck until he died. So these states are trying to get on the good side. They're trying to ingratiate themselves with the electorate. They're trying to placate us. They're trying to throw a dog a bone in the backyard to keep us
Right.
silent because they know that this was a vicious execution of an innocent man who was out on a jog. Yes, he may have peeked in a vacant house,
But when
but
did that
as
become a
the
crime? What does he go steal?
right,
What was he gonna
right,
steal in a vacant property?
right, in a vacant property. And the surveillance cameras showed that many people looked in there and
People
they're
do it
still
all
alive.
the time. If I see a house being built, if I've gone to so many sites to look at properties, just wandering down or riding down the street. I see a new house. If I see sticks, I might just go in there, as a former realtor and look inside. But maybe he just wanted to, who knows? That is no right for you to go and beat this man down. I mean, the way they chased him, like they chased him, they haunted him. They had a guy in his truck recording the whole thing. I don't know how that video got out, but it got out at the right time, because if it wasn't for us being on lockdown, we might have just looked at it as another video. But we had time. We was like, we got time today, because nobody wasn't doing nothing but watching TV all day and on the different websites.
Yes,
Okay.
we also have Steve Jobs, the late great legendary Steve Jobs, who invented basically the modern phone, where people are able to take cameras, film things on the cameras.
Oh
So
yeah.
we were able to see this execution of Ahmaud Arbery. We were able to watch and record the
Thanks to
execution.
them. Thanks to them who tried to do this. It was their bright idea to
Right.
record it. And thanks to y'all, why would you do that? Why would you create evidence of something you're doing that turned into murder? Speaking of murder, Angela Stanton, her baby daddy, her son's father was murdered Monday night at 2 a.m. I don't know if you heard about a car. The police were putting out fire in a car, and they noticed it was a dead body in there after they put the fire out. Well,
wait a minute. What?
yes. So there were 5 people in the car, 3 people in the back seat, 2 people in the front. Apparently, one of the guys that was in the car shot him in the back of the head. One of the girls in the car witnessed it, the guy shooting him in the back of the head while he was driving. I don't know if he was driving or he was in the passenger seat. I don't know how the seating arrangement was done. I thought it was, I put on my Instagram that a car sprayed him with bullets, because
Oh,
that's
why don't we go ahead? Why don't we go ahead and refamiliarize just in case those who don't know who Angela Stanton is, so we know
since
who
we're
is
talking
the
about
baby daddy.
Stacey Dash and the Trump supporters. Angela Stanton actually was on a television show originally from the bottom up. She got on that show because she did a prison sentence allegedly for Phaedra Parks and Apollo Nida and some misdiscretions that she got into with them. Meanwhile, when she got out, um, a lot of things she didn't see right with the prison system and how they were doing women. Number one, her having to deliver her child while being handcuffed to the bed in the jail. She was handcuffed to a bed. She gave birth to a baby. They took the baby from her and went about their way. She also witnessed another woman in shackles on her feet, tripped and fell, and she was pregnant and had a miscarriage. So she went to Donald Trump and asked him for these laws to be passed for women in prison. So she actually got some things accomplished, and Donald Trump took to Angela, actually gave her a pardon, expunged her records. So now she's able to run for Congress, and she tried to run for the spot for John Lewis had for the people of Atlanta. And because she was a Trump supporter, she got a lot of pushback, to say the least. So now she reported the news on her Instagram page that her son's father had been murdered, and she was livid. And Angela also came under scrutiny because her son wanted to transform into a girl, and she felt he was too young to make those decisions. And she does not agree with the Biden administration that is supporting transgenders and everything. So everybody knows she has an estranged relationship with her child. Um,
So
so
she was trying to do. So she was trying to do the Dwayne Wade thing where he accepted his
yeah, but she
son.
did not accept it at all. She was
Okay.
like,
Okay.
no. So she
Okay.
said
Okay.
that she bet if her son's father was found in with a wig on and was known for being a transgender, that this would be all over the news. But since he wasn't, it's not major news. They put it in the news, and they didn't even put it in the news about him being murdered so much. It really was about this car that caught on fire and they found a dead body in the car. The other two other people are in surgery. They were Monday and Tuesday from the injuries. And the other two are on the run.
They were shot as well. They were shot as well, or were they burned?
I don't know if they were shot or burned, but I don't think they were both shot, but one
Okay.
was injured. Do you remember meeting a girl with Captain Daryl LaCora Monet?
I remember LaCour and Monet. Yes.
Okay, she was in the car with them.
Wow.
Right. So apparently, after I took Decatur Slim over to the radio station to do an interview, LaCora Monet had her own little interview session going on. And I guess they were an item of some sort. I'm not sure. Um, I don't know. Condolences to Decatur Slim's wife, though, and all his children who lost their father, and to Angela Stanton. And people were very upset that Sandra Rose wrote an article on it, but she put Angela Stanton, baby daddy, dead in Atlanta. And everybody felt
Wow.
that title was just so rude and disrespectful. Now, I had
Wow.
screenshot Sandra Rose's article and posted it, but I didn't even really pay attention, because that's how they do here. That's how the bloggers do. When they put stuff out, they're not really sugarcoating or finessing situations. So I just screenshotted and everybody was going off on me. And I was like, wait a minute, I just screenshot it and put it out there. I didn't create the title, and I'm merely trying to say that it's out there, go over here and read the article about what happened. And the
Right.
fans went crazy about the title and the level of disrespect, basically.
Really?
They did. It was like, that's so disrespectful. But she was telling it was Angela Stanton's baby daddy. And that's probably the only way they would know who Decatur Slim was, since he was a rapper, but not really had established himself, publicly as a renowned rapper or anything. But sadly, he was out of incarceration less than 1 year. Um, and this happened to him. And that's terrible for anybody to get shot by their own alleged friend in the car. That's like me and you in the car, Terry, just having an argument. Like, what can I say that just make you pull out a gun and shoot me in the back of the head and take my life? Are you serious right now? The world we live in is not normal times. People are doing the most stupid stuff ever and not having any remorse. That's the
Yeah.
thing
And
that gets me.
yeah, and they're shooting everybody on. I mean, they're shooting everybody for reasons that they would just fight or argue with now. So, like, rappers getting shot all over the country. Rappers not getting shot on the highway in the middle of the day. Rappers are getting shot in their own homes. They're
Yes.
breaking into their homes and shooting them. Rappers are getting shot, like two or three of them. Some well known, some not, but but at least three of them have been shot in Atlanta recently, shot and killed. So
All
they just take.
weekend.
Yeah, and you're right. Over the weekend, another one on the highway. So one rapper named Mo3 got shot in on the highway in the middle of the day in Texas, in Dallas, and then another rapper during the All-Star weekend gets shot right here. I forgot his name. Got shot right here during the All-Star game in Atlanta on the highway. And they're doing it without regard to any other drivers, innocent drivers who ain't done nothing wrong. They just shooting them while they're driving. I mean, damn.
I don't understand what's going on. We are living in the last days. That's what's going on here. It's all prophesied. 2 Timothy 3, 1 through 5. Yeah, I know a couple scriptures, just a couple, but I know. So, what happened to Pepe Le Pew? Why did Pepe Le Pew get canceled?
Okay, so this is Warner Brothers trying to clout. They're chasing the clout. So clout chasing is not just thirsty people who are trying to get fame, fortune, and it's also clout chasing is also somebody like the Georgia House of Representatives, the Georgia State House. They're trying to get into good standings. They're thirsty for good PR, and that's Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers, we all watched Pepe Le Pew when they were kids. If you're over 35, 40 years old, you know Pepe Le Pew. We watched that cartoon when he was trying to get the girl and she didn't want it. I want him, and he kept chasing her and kept grabbing her, kept kissing on her, and she was always squeezing to get out of him, And so, but and I should have brought the video because we should
Because
have
he
shown
was
the video,
black.
right?
Is it because he was black? He did
Ooh,
have a
I
white
never,
stripe, trying to hide it.
ooh,
A skunk
ooh,
stripe.
that
Pepe
is
Le
that.
Pew was black, but look, he was originally white. Because remember, he had the white stripe, and then he painted himself black because he didn't want people to know he was a skunk.
That's a good point. I never thought about that,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah. So now Warner Brothers has excised him out of the movie, or cut him from the last edit of the movie that's coming out with LeBron James. And so the cartoon that's coming up with LeBron James, when he's starring in the movie Space Jams 2, or Space Jams, The Next Legacy or The New Legacy. And so they took him out because they said that he promotes rape culture. And the New York Times pointed it out, one of the New York Times reporters. And so Warner Brothers went ahead and took him out of the last scene. And they said in a statement that they're not going to include Pepe Le Pew in any future cartoon character, any cartoon movies or television shows and even Dave Chappelle, there's a video out there, funny as hell. I should have, I wish I had thought about that before. I would have brought the video to show you the video of him talking about, basically calling Pepe Le Pew a effing racist. And so, yes, yeah, he said, yeah, this dude is an effing rapist. He said
No
he
way.
loved him as a
He
kid.
remind me of was it Weinstein? Pepe Le Pew
Harvey
remind me of
Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein.
Oh damn, I never put the two together.
Right.
But you got a point. You got a point there. He was always, and as a matter of fact, he was always grabbing on women. He was always holding women. He was always touching women. He was always trying to kiss on women. And then when they denied his overtures, he went ahead and he basically obliterated their careers. Like he killed careers.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein is one of the people who's getting everything that he deserves right now, being having health ailments, heart attacks in jail, prison, and he's never getting out
Yeah.
because he destroyed the careers and he was a sexual predator for 3 decades in Hollywood. And his reign came to the end. His empire toppled. Finally, it took 3 decades, but it's
Three
finally been toppled.
decades to come to a screeching halt. But do you know
Right.
how much money he made in those 3 decades? Do you know how
Well,
many
it
women went along and became stars because of him and his tactics?
yeah
Okay, everybody
yeah
was on the casting couch. Yeah, come have a seat right here, little girl. Come on, right here. And you
yeah
know, it's funny because Halle Berry was like, when she was first going to Hollywood, she was so determined to not be that girl that finally she kept turning down stuff. Finally, they gave her a role, and that's how they put her in Jungle Fever as a crackhead. Remember? Because
yeah
they were like, oh, okay, you don't want to do that, then we got a role for you. They put her in Jungle Fever as the crackhead. She didn't have the beauty role, but she went from doing all that denying to waiting till she get married to do Monsters Ball.
yeah. And the thing about it is that if
I
Stacey
understand
Dash had
that.
a yeah, if Stacey Dash had followed that formula, she would still be relevant right now
If
as Halle Berry is because
that would
because
have,
Stacey Dash is at least as beautiful as Halle Berry. They both are breathtakingly,
maybe she should cut her hair
strikingly
short so she
beautiful.
looks so old.
Yeah, they're both strikingly beautiful. And the thing about it is that Halle Berry just went about it another way. Halle Berry didn't rest on her pretty. So she is the example of a person who knew she was beautiful, but she took on a role that showed her in an ugly space. She wanted that role. She
Oh man, don't freeze up and leave Terry. she did take that role, and she said, "Okay, I'll play the crackhead, whatever. At least I'm getting in the movie. I'll have my movie credits. People will see my acting. They'll wonder who's that girl, or maybe they won't. But I'll be in the movie, and I'll have my credits. You know." And she was in the movie with who? Wasn't Wesley Snipes in that movie, or no? Was he in Jungle Fever? Who was in Jungle Fever? Now that I think about it. Oh, Samuel L. Jackson. Yes, she was in a movie with Samuel L. Jackson and a lot of good credited actors. So yeah, shout out to Holly Berry and shout out to Stacey Dash for just being Stacey. You know, Stacey, if you need a publicist, call me, girl. I don't think it's no problem that's too big that can't be resolved for Jonelle PR. So if you need some good PR in your life where I could, kind of leverage the people, like, look, this was Stacey gonna do for y'all. And then, we'll have a couple happy hour parties, a couple liquor parties, and I'm sure that the people will forget all about this. I'll get you a roll in something, something democratic or something, something black where you could show like, I am with the people. Because what happens every time, you always got to come back to the blacks to get accepted for it to be accepted. I don't know why. I don't know how, like, black people, why you always have to come back to us, because once we put our stamp of approval on it, then it's all good. Terry, you back?
Yeah, what happened on that one? Well, my
I just
life.
made an offer while you were gone to Stacey Dash to help her with her PR if she's listening. Because
Oh,
I feel like if we get together and she do a couple happy hour parties, I can get a couple liquor sponsors. She can hang out at Nouveau. We go to Old Lady Gang. We'll just do a whole black restaurant tour with Stacey Dash with the happy hour. If she give away free liquor to enough black folks, I think they'll forget about all of it and, and invite her to the cookout.
yes, I would give her. I would write up a positive story about her if I felt that she was authentic and
Right,
real in regards to her apology to the black community. I would
right.
give her the forum and not interrupt and allow her to speak her piece.
I think
I,
I could turn it around for her. I don't think no job is too big for Jonelle PR to turn it around. The spin doctor. See the spin doctor, girl. Check my credentials. Google me. Go to the website, JonellePRbrand.com. And between me and Terry, and then we have Freddie O send to media takeout on a couple black dates. There'll be a lot of black men, ready. Or maybe we could do a whole reality show. Finding love, finding black love for Stacey Dash, where you will have to go out with numerous black men in Atlanta.
well. Don't give away all your ideas because
I know
somebody
I'm
might
not
be
gonna give
watching.
away all of it, Stacey. Just call me, girl. Call me. Me and Terry will do a duo PR team, and we'll work it out, and we'll get
As
some people on board.
critical as I have been on her, um,
He has a big
and
heart, Terry. I mean,
well, the thing about it is, as critical as I've been about her, I am about being fair. And if everybody deserves a second chance, and if she's sincere and authentic in her apology to the black community, I'd be willing to write up something that would be positive about her. So, hey,
yeah, we
holla at us.
have to see you're authentic though. So me and you are gonna get together and get your whole authenticity together. And we'll get it together, Stacey. But and it's gonna cost you later. I know you don't have no money right now. But we'll figure that out too.
Who
Okay.
knows? Yeah, yeah. But who knows? She might have a stack laid here, a stack
Yeah,
there, or whatever. But yeah,
we'll fix it. We'll fix it, girl. That's
yeah.
what we do here. That's what me and Terry do. You
Yeah,
know,
and
Terry,
I would like to help resurrect the career of Chrisette Michelle.
me and Terry could
She's a
actually
beautiful
be image
singer.
consultants. Terry, I think you and I could be image consultants. That
Yeah,
might be
yeah,
something we need to do on the side with people.
yeah,
You
absolutely. I
know,
mean,
that's
Chrisette Michelle is another one who she didn't come out and support Trump, but she has been vilified and maligned ever since she went to the sung at Trump's inauguration, and so
and
she
that's
is
my
an
girl. That is my girl, Chrisette Michelle. I will always love you. That's
yeah,
my girl.
yeah. And I asked her a few questions at a Steve Harvey urban urban awards, basically neighborhood awards back in the day in Las Vegas, and she has the most beautiful voice,
Ah,
singing voice. It is it's almost addictive. Like she puts her singing puts you in a trance. That girl got a beautiful
yes.
voice.
And
So
she's a really, really, really sweet girl, Terry. She is very, very sweet, very, very grateful, very, very humble. She is.
yeah, and she deserves a second chance. So
She just
Chrisette,
wanted to sing.
Chrisette, Stacey, holla at us. We got your back.
We got your back. Chris said, girl, just come talk to us, girl. I'm gonna call you. I think I have her number. I know I got her email. I'm gonna hit her up. That's my dog. Okay.
Okay. Well,
So,
if you hit her up, I want to write the story.
okay. No,
Okay.
seriously. Because that's my girl.
Yeah,
She
because you
just
could
did something with Lily
you
Mae.
could
I
yeah you
actually started to go there, but I
yeah
did
you can go to all the clubs and do all the highlights and all your thing. Just as long as I get the story, we good.
the clubs, Terry. You know, I'm slow to be in the club.
No, you no, you still be twerking it. I saw you. I saw you at the Trina thing. I saw you. Somebody else had showed me a video of you twerking it at the Trina thing. I saw you.
No, Trina did enough twerking in her little her mesh outfit. She had a bodysuit and the black was meshed with a thong in the back.
Yeah, I saw this. Yeah, I did. I definitely saw that. I was
Well,
like, damn.
my Ford Focus is ready to be picked up. I had a little fender bender, Mari Myro.
Is she
But
still sleeping on your couch?
no, she's gone home to sleep in her fabulous house. So she left me.
Okay, so is she acting still, right?
Yes, she's acting when, Mari's always had to have purpose to act. I told her that. Like she'll take a job if she needs a new roof. Or,
Oh my
oh
lord.
yeah, I need to put in-ground pool. Like it has to be something that she wants. So I don't know what role
Okay,
she
so
took to
she's
get
not
that
in love.
Tesla she just got.
Okay, so she's not in love with the craft, but she's good enough to make it work for her.
She is, and
Okay.
she calls all the time, but she be like, eh. And she does stuff here and there, but that girl is a real estate mogul, and people have no idea of the money that she makes in real estate. Okay. She was smart with her money back in the day while we was out here kikiing and knee slapping. She was buying whole apartment complexes. So she's very smart. No
Let's
red
see.
bottoms for her, just apartment complexes.
Well,
My offer is up.
and that's my point. I mean, that goes back to my point with Stacey Dash,
They all
Mari.
the same. Oh, well, maybe.
None of these beautiful women rested on their pretty. They developed some other skill set, some other personality trait that
So,
made them appealing. Because guess who else is in their 50s? Halle Berry, and
Halle Berry.
she's just as in demand as she ever has been, unlike Stacey Dash. So, girl,
We
develop
can get
something.
sexy together, Terry, but we gotta give you Clout Chaser of the Week because
Yeah.
without this prestigious award, we
Yes.
we don't have any way to work ourselves back up to the top. So you gotta hit down to rock bottom for me and Terry to operate on you. And if anybody else is out there and you feel like you are at rock bottom, just hit me and Terry up. Terry, what is your Instagram name and your
Oh,
Twitter name?
Terry.Shropshire. So yeah, just hit me up on Instagram at Terry TE. You see my name spelled right there, Terry.Shropshire. I'm soon going to change it to the first King James, but for right now, it's Terry.Shropshire, and it's also Terry Shropshire on Twitter. So just hit me up, and it's James Terry Shropshire on Facebook. So just hit me up, and you know what I'm saying, let's talk and hit Jojondeezstreets, and we can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? This was a
We will
great
definitely
show.
make it happen.
You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of love for Stacey J. I mean, I'm sorry, not Stacey J, but Stacey Dash. But yes, you deserve the Clout Chaser of the Week
Yes, you
because
deserve
you,
it, but
but,
let us
but
hear it.
you can rebound. You can be remade.
Come
You
back.
can undergo a metamorphosis to come out like a butterfly. Because right now you are a snail or a worm, but
At
you
least he
can't.
didn't call you a rodent because that's his favorite word is rodent. So
Who
you
me?
say rodent instead of yeah, you be like that rodent. Oh my God, that makes me scream every time you call somebody a rodent. But
Yeah, but
that
she
will
can come
end.
back. She can come back.
You come back. Okay, so you win. There were a lot of good things we talked about this week. A lot of shout outs.
The runner-up is Tyrese.
Yeah, Tyrese is definitely the runner-up. Maybe we'll do one male, one female, so y'all could both win because Tyrese.
He definitely won for the week for it because that was just foul.
Yeah,
You're gonna beg for your wife and pretty much cry on Instagram on somebody else's Instagram page, and then a month later you're gonna end up having someone film a video. So since it was far away, enough away that you couldn't hold the video, you had somebody else hold it for you, so
right.
you could floss and let everybody know that you was good. You know, that was just so foul.
Daughter is only 2. This woman is still the mother of your child. You still have to co-parent. So
Right.
it's not a clean walk away like y'all don't have kids, property, and you could just break away from the whole situation.
Well,
And
it
you
was,
probably end up giving her alimony. So
yeah,
you need to be cool and be nice.
yeah. It was more important for him to floss than thinking about his children or the impact it would have. But then again, now he's thinking about it because guess what? He took it down. He got enough. He got enough blowback. He took that thing down because he realized, or they let him know that it was wrong. So
yeah, it was wrong. It was just wrong. I mean,
yeah. So the Clout Chaser of the Week female is Stacey Dash. The Clout Chaser of the Week male is basically Tyrese Gibson. So y'all wear those crowns nicely, but Dash, you can't be rehabilitated if you wish to be. So holla.
holla.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in for Do Anything for Clout. We've enjoyed you. I had a lot of fun. And join us next week. What, Friday or Thursday or Friday? Friday?
I think Fridays is working out pretty good.
Okay, Friday afternoon at 1:00 p.m.
Friday
Eastern Standard Time. Every Friday
Same
we're
that
on.
Same back channel.
Yeah, so there you
Hi,
go.
Facebook people.
That's right.
All right.
Holla. Peace.
Holla.